What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Wake up with me. It's your man, Trayvon Pratt, with AIM, always improving the mind. Let's get some things situated here. Let's make sure we are live everywhere else. Let's see. There we are. Sometimes when you're the one man band, man, you got to get yourself together. All right. Yes, Lord. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. How we feeling? Putting stuff out there. Mm, boom. All right. Let's jump to it. So, you guys know it is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Okay? It is Men's Mental Health Month. Forgive me, I'm a little bit congested this morning. Not sexy, but men to heal. I gotta I gotta find this creator of this shirt. Men to heal and get him up on the live. I think his name James. But what we talking about today, man? Men's mental health. You can go ahead and just drop the comments of what it is that needs to be discussed for men's mental health. Because we're gonna go over a lot today. And we're gonna do a check-in for the guys. This month is about you, my guy. This month is about you, man. Okay? People always ask what men do. They'll never ask how are they? How are the men doing? And let me tell you, men across the board, we struggling, man. We struggling. We don't claim it, we don't show it, and that's what we about to talk about. Is what we don't show, is what we don't admit. It's a lot more suppression and repression than it is actual. I don't want to say healing. Than it is actual progressive. Like getting to it. Like we can't you can't solve a problem that you disacknowledge. And as long as I've been doing this, the repeated thing, the repeated conversation is where men lack emotionally. And it's not that we lack emotion, it's just that we avoid it or try to avoid it, but it's inevitable. So I welcome everyone here to join us for this Men's Mental Health Month. And this conversation matters because, one, let's get rid of the stigma. And when we say mental health, it doesn't mean illness. It doesn't like automatically mean negative. It doesn't mean weak. It's not weak for you to think about your mental health, right? When you think about your physical health, it's not weak. You usually not beating yourself up. You want to be stronger. You want to do better. You want to have a better physique. You want to be, in better shape. It's the same thing mentally. You don't have to be down bad or like suffering to want to improve yourself. So let's get rid of that stigma behind mental health. We don't even want to talk about mental health Cause ain't nothing wrong with me. Ain't nothing gotta be wrong with you for you to want to improve your mental well-being. Okay? We are often, as men, we are often expected to be providers, protectors. You know that y'all know it, man. What is a man? A man is a provider, a protector, a problem solver. Okay. Now, do you do that for you? Because all of that is outward, external. Do you do that for you? Do you provide for you? Because you'll be amazed and shocked and awe at how many guys do not put themselves on that list of people they provide for. Guilty. I'm one. I've been there. I had to make myself a priority. And it was weird at first. I ain't gonna lie. It's like, nah, as long as everybody and everyone around me straight, I'm good. Lies. Lies. I mean, you gonna still feel good because if you did meet that demand, but you missing something, and it's you. Many men suffer silently, and let me tell you, it's not a brag. It's not a brag, bro. We make it as such. Like, I ain't tell nobody. Okay. Meanwhile, you hurting, you struggling, bro. It's not a flex. It's not a brag that you suffer silently. Now, everything don't need to be broadcast, sure, but everything don't have to be kept in either. This is the importance of brotherhood. This is the importance of men around you. This is why you can't have community without communication. We got to be able to talk to one another. And men be having real conversations. Any guy that I talk to, we have a real conversation. You want to talk to me, I scratch below the surface, man. We ain't gonna be a surface dweller if you have a conversation with me. And the thing about mental health, right? Mental health doesn't discriminate. Doesn't discriminate. It doesn't discriminate based on your strength, your status, right? Your age, your success. Doesn't matter. You still have to check in with yourself. You still have to get your mental right. You still have to get your mind right. It doesn't matter all of the outward things. You still got to check inside, right? Let me get some water. Hold on. Now, the pressure men carry. Tap in if any one of these are one of the pressures that you carry, my guy. Financial pressure. Hmm? Providing for family, which usually looks like financial pressure. But you'll discover having a family, you'll discover it's more than just money. Because a lot of guys like to get stuck in that realm. Like, I make the money. Okay. It's more than just money. Career expectations, right? I'm supposed to be in a different position by now. Society's definition of success. These are some of the pressures that we carry as men. Let's tap in on them. Financial pressure. That is one of the craziest things right now because as a man, you should make enough money to, take care of you, your household, and your neighborhood. Everybody that lives in the house and outside the house. It's a crazy expectation when the odds are stacked completely against you in this society alone. So it's like what's enough? It's never enough. So it's like, yo, and per societal standards, we've attached our value as men to a dollar figure. No, bro, you have to make that detachment, man. So we carry a big burden of financial pressure. And I'm not against making no money. I'm gonna make some money, right? Get your shine on shinecareproducts.com. You know, I'm gonna make some money. I got a business, I got side hustles, and I work more than the average person. But to carry the financial pressure, the financial burden is different. Like we have to acknowledge the factors as well. It's not just a brag or a flex that I can make money. And you might have to get a financial coach or something to learn how to manage money. I surely did. But the financial pressure alone, I could attest that definitely weighs on the mental for the men. Providing for family, hello? It's like what they need and what they want. It's not the same. You have to realize what they need and acknowledge what they want. And I'm going to tell you, one of the main things they need is you. Your family needs you. Again, that's a conflict when it comes to the financial side because you usually got to go out to make money. And you're usually trading your time for money. When your family, to provide for your family, when your family needs more time with you. So providing for family becomes a crazy, crazy burden on the guys, right? And none of this is to relinquish responsibility. Not telling nobody not to do these things. We're just acknowledging the pressures that come, the things that weigh on us as men. Career expectations. Everybody expects you. What up, cuz? Everybody expects you to elevate, right? And that elevation may not look the same. Uh, the elevation may not look the same. So I know for me, I was at a job for 10 years, and it wasn't until the last year and a half that they finally gave me a promotion. And that promotion, they set it up so that it wasn't really a promotion, but I took on way, way more responsibility. They set it up so that, the position I was supposed to get, they created another one. So I was like the sub leader, but I had all of the leader's responsibilities. Outside, you could tell somebody like, hey, I just got a promotion, and they'll, congratulations, it's all good. But for real, I wasn't making more money for real. And I had way more responsibility, had to put way more time to it, way more stress. I wound up quitting that job. I had to seriously like write out the pros and cons because all of the above, financial pressure, providing for family, and this career expectation, none of this was adding up. But on the outside, if you tell somebody, hey, family's doing good, I just got a promotion at my job, it's gonna be like, oh, well, you making money, you taking care of your family, you must be good. Meanwhile, I'm about to click out. And then you got the pressure of society's definition of success. Society's definition of success is crazy anyway, because society is not set up for you to succeed the way that they tell you. Like working hard does not equal success. I want to say working smart does, but really it's all in connectivity, communication, who you talk to, who you know, what you can show, and if you can show the right stuff to the right person, that could put you in position, right? So we tie our self-worth as men, we tie our self-worth to income, right? Accomplishments, and our ability to solve problems. When I personally had to learn to accept myself for who I am as I am developing myself into who I want to be. Like, love yourself where you are as you improve yourself as you want to be. I had to learn that. And that allowed me to determine my self worth. It wasn't based on a dollar figure. Like, I can make some money, so I don't need to stress that I'm not making as much or I don't have a net worth of whatever the image that you think that you should be. You can work towards it, and that's your superpower. That's your gift. You're able to work towards whatever the goal is instead of the image of the result. Because a lot of us don't even know what that looks like. You can detach from the accomplishments. Now, I have an exercise, and I do this regularly with myself. I encourage everybody to start writing things down. And one of the things that I had learned from coaching, I had my own coach, and one of the activities that he had me do was write down 7 accomplishments a day, just 7. And I realized that every day I had more than 7 accomplishments that I was writing. Once I started doing that exercise, it made me realize that I'm doing way more than what I was projected, like what I was focusing on. So I was able to detach from like that accomplishment module. My value is within, and I can accomplish. That's the gift. I can make money. That's the gift. I can solve problems. That's the gift. I don't always have to solve everybody else's problems. I don't always have to have an accomplishment to be doing well. And I don't always have to be making money in order to be uh, valuable. Love you too, cuz. Says nothing wrong with hard work, but if hard work was all it took, the mule would own the farm. Woo! Woo! Nothing wrong with hard work, but if hard work was all it took, the mule will own the farm. Mm. A man's value is greater than his productivity. It's greater than his pockets. It's greater. And I encourage all my guys to learn and realize your value is higher than that external. Bars, right? You give them the
Message,
I'm gonna give them the
message.
now. Let's cross over into the next segment. Loneliness among men. Not only has society deemed that you have to be protector, provider, problem solver, all of the above, but it also tells you to isolate, and to have you don't have to talk to nobody. Having any type of emotion is weak, and yada yada yada. Jesus Black Man 23, what's up, man? Over on Instagram, you come over to YouTube, and we can have a discussion in person. What's up, man? Mental health definitely important. So we live in multiple areas right now. Shout out to everybody that's with us. So, why do many men have acquaintances but few trusted friends? Can anybody answer? Why do many men have acquaintances but few trusted friends? I'm gonna drink some water while. It's a trust issue. It is a trust issue. A lot of us, y'all know my slogan: you can't have community without communication. So if we can't talk to one another, we can't build with one another. You can't build with one another without the trust. You know, trust is the key principle, the foundation of leadership. All of us want to be leaders, but we don't have no trust. So there's no leadership actually being acted on. There's nothing happening. So why many men have acquaintances but few trusted friends? Because they have to act on the trust. When I talk about me too, we have to. You don't know if you can trust somebody until they're in a position that they have to be trusted, right? You don't know how loyal somebody is until their loyalty is tested. You don't know how respectful or how somebody think about you or how strong somebody is until that strength is tested. And oftentimes, especially us guys, if we've already had a negative experience, that's what we attach to. Can't trust nobody. That's not true. The person that you can't trust who hurts you, that's the person that you need to attach that to. Not all people, not everybody. Of course, there's people that you can trust. And you can't trust everyone with everything, sure, but you definitely can trust people. So I would encourage my guys, let's open up. I challenge you. I challenge you. Talk to somebody. I'm sure, like, just open your eyes, open your mind, and realize that there are people who care about you. There are people who wouldn't mind talking to you. There are people who have dealt with or are going through what it is that you're facing, right? And there's other guys who wouldn't mind, who would love. Let me tell you, any guy who has been through anything wants to show the next person how to overcome it. We want to. Because Cuz says, because acquaintances are short term and friends are long term. So we don't have any long term friends, everything's short term. That's still an issue. That's still an issue. We gotta up the numbers here. And I could go on about that, but I won't waste too much time. But I can go on about that in the sense of, like, how about we not focus on, because a lot of times we think so far ahead. Like, can I see this person as a friend 10 years from now? And if it's like at the moment it's like no, then you won't put any effort into the friendship. So you've actually created you've actually created the environment to collapse the friendship instead of building it, right? It's built over time. So a lot of times we think ourselves out of good things. I mean, tell you, there are how many of us had best friends in childhood who we barely talk to now as adults? They still cool, they still my peoples, still love them, but I don't really talk to them. Meanwhile, I have people who might have been like co-workers, and I'm like, oh, it's just a work friend who I could hit up right now. We'll go to a bar or something. I might have got an invitation to a wedding or something like that. It's like, yo, like this is more of a friendship than I thought it would be. But I allow these things to happen. Accept everything, expect nothing. There's a loss of brotherhood and community, all because of this isolation and not talking to one another. Brotherhood, literally, we can talk to one another, we can hold each other accountable. Um, because there's an emotional strain right now, men are very, very sensitive right now, and that sensitivity translates into aggression. So a lot of us don't talk to one another because it could be life threatening. It could be. And it's crazy that it's at this point. It's absolutely asinine. But it is. It's the reality. Like if you see a guy who obviously you see a guy who's obviously upset, your initial reaction is to like avoid. Let me avoid him. Let's see what my guy Dave said. He said, friendships are dynamic. By that I mean they ebb and flow. True friends can fail you at times. That's true. That's true. That's part of being human. That is absolutely true. Yes. But they're still true friends. I think it's a beautiful thing that they have the opportunity to fail me. I know that might sound crazy, but I think it's a beautiful thing that they have the opportunity to fail me because that means that I've entrusted in you. That means that I love you. That means I listen to you, right? And I've failed people before. And most of the time it ain't on purpose. Maybe I just didn't see the severity in your situation or something like that. But um, overall, still a true friend. So I still encourage us to build the friendships, the brotherhoods, the connections amongst ourselves over just keeping everybody in the category of acquaintance, right? So you can't have community without communication. That loss of brotherhood and community is such a volatile time right now. Even with like last week, I had an experience where I was working and a gentleman approached me very aggressively, and I didn't respond, which only made him want to be more aggressive. I was like, I think I'm gonna have to fight this dude, and I didn't do anything. I ain't do nothing. I'm over here doing my job, and he approached me aggressively, and I'm like, why? Why are you? Obviously, something got to be going on. Why do you feel like you gotta poke your chest out, flex your muscles at me, and now I got to defend myself? And you look at the scenario. I didn't do anything. I didn't approach you. I didn't cause you to come to approach me. And when you approached me, I wasn't disrespectful. I didn't show any facial expressions or body language that I was, a threat. I didn't do anything. But you approached me with this like intent to harm, looking for the opportunity. If I responded in any type of way, if I was to respond like, "Hey, bro, who you talking to?" or anything like that, then it would have been an altercation. What's up, Nikki? We over on YouTube. You want to get your comments posted? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Hey, everybody on Insta. And I was just like, that's crazy that that quick that quick could be an altercation. That means that you are dealing with something on the inside, my guy. We can't keep avoiding it. And aggression, anger, that negative energy is not the only thing that you should be allowed to show. But as men, that's what we lean on. Our primary emotion is anger. Anything frustrates us, disappoints us, hurts us, the first thing we do is show anger. It's even guys that's like something excites them, they get angry. It could be a good thing. They put like anger is the only thing that we're allowed to show. No way, no way. So there's a loss of brotherhood and community because you can't have community without communication, and we can't even talk to one another. Changing that, changing that. I challenge all my guys to talk to another guy this month. So now we feeling isolated. You can feel isolated despite being surrounded by people. And I never put names out there, but I know quite a few people. Like it was one of my brother's birthdays over the weekend, and he had already deemed that nobody would remember. Surprise, surprise, I remembered, and it took him by shock. Like, happy birthday, bro. You still came to work? No, it's just another day. No, it's not. No, it's not. And it's like for that person, like, what is it can I do for you when you won't allow me to do anything? So it gets tricky, man. It gets but all of this goes into awareness, self-awareness. Okay. As far as the loneliness, there's a loneliness epidemic amongst men. We're told that we can't talk to one another, we shouldn't talk to one another, and we shouldn't feel anything, which leads to spiraling, mental spiraling, and downward spirals, and depression, and anxiety, and all of the above. Um, as far as statistics, y'all know my slogan: stats are not facts. But um, 3 out of every 4 suicides are men. 3 out of every 4 suicides are men. Men are more likely to commit suicide than women. And that's because we are less likely to talk about or admit that we're dealing with something. So come on, man. The next segment, and I'm going to try to get through this pretty quickly. The next segment, the emotional weight. Woo! The emotional weight that men carry. We got grief, anxiety, fear. That's a big one. Disappointment, shame, and all the while, you feel like you have to keep it all together. Can't show nothing. Can't crack. Do not crack, man. Woo. Before we go there, we got 2 comments from my guy TD. Says, this is long, but I look at it like this. There are friends, not friends, and enemies. If I'm walking down the street and a piano is going to fall on me, not friends are, hold on, maybe it didn't. I think it might have cut your comment off. The not friends are pulling out their phone to record this. Enemies are dropping the piano, and friends are warning me. That's a pretty simple way to look at it. So that means you got a lot of friends then, because I know a lot of people that would. Hey, I'm in that friend category. Because I definitely will warn you. I might push you out the way. Like, yo, the piano coming down right there. Because Cuz says, you're welcome to give away a Father's Day decompression session foot soak. And massage. I'm not a man, but any way I can help my men, I see the pain and hurt in my own family. Facts. All right, guys. This is a certified masseuse. She does a detox foot soak, which we don't realize how important we need to detox the body. I talk about that as well. Your physical health and your mental health all goes one in one. And she is offering to give away a Father's Day decompression session. It's a foot soaking massage. She says she's not a man, but any way I can help my man. And that is so pivotal. This is why women. This is why women, bro. Shout out to the women out there, especially the ones who keep us in check and boost us up, support us like no other. Shout out to the women, bro. Thank you, cuz. Hope somebody take that offer. Get you a Father's Day decompression session. Mm. So you don't have to carry all of this emotional weight and feel like you have to keep it all together. Let's talk about it. Grief looks different on every person. There is no set time frame, time limit. Everybody is like, oh, as far as the guys in men discussion, they say, man, you usually get over something about 2, maybe 3 weeks. Like, okay, I'm gonna get over the death of a loved one in 2 weeks. Yeah, that's it. That's all I need. Like, no, no, can't put a time frame towards it. You will have moments that you remember this person, right? Um, and it's okay to grieve. A lot of times, we're being strong or putting on the impression of strength for others so that they can grieve, and we're putting off our grief alone. Um, I'm not gonna deflect from because I do that. I've done that too, but I definitely had to take moments to acknowledge myself too. Like my family might be crying, that don't mean I can't cry too. Like I might have to shed a gangster tear, just one or two real quick before I can, I have to compose myself, but I still allow myself. um, but we carry the emotional weight of grief, anxiety, which is we're supposed to be planners, right? That means we're focused on the future. Anxiety comes from thinking about things to come instead of being able to bring ourselves to the present and handle what's here. So since we're so far ahead, that creates and increases the anxiety. Fear, which we don't like to admit, but we all have a fear. We have a fear of failing. We have a fear of losing, meaning uh, we this commitment, we have a fear of commitment because we don't want it to fail. We don't want it to break, right? We have a fear of responsibility. Would I be able to? Can I? You know? Um, but fear is a great motivator. It's one of the main things that cause us to actually move. Uh, so you don't have to carry all of that weight. And these things, everything I'm mentioning, we can talk about, guys. Please understand, we can talk about this. Got to get some more water. Disappointment. Disappointment is a big one because a lot of times we set huge goals, right, for ourselves. And then for any goal to be met and for you to put some action towards it, you usually put a time frame on it. And it's not that the goal can't be met, but usually it's not realistic. Nothing's impossible, but it usually isn't realistic. Um, and within that, if we don't meet the goal in the time frame, then we become disappointed with ourselves. In this area, I encourage you to forgive yourself. Give yourself grace. You might not have a house yet. You might not have a certain type of car you want. You might not have started a family just yet. Give yourself grace. Are you working on you? Are you handling the things that you can handle? Then you are above the cloth, my guy. You are cut from a different cloth. Shame. Mm. Shame comes from within. Shame comes from within, bro. Shame and guilt, them two things that I cannot live with. Them things that I cannot live with. I ain't gonna do nothing to intentionally to that I'm gonna feel guilty of. But I'm not. Guilt is not my friend. And having to feel like you have to keep it all together. Listen, when you hear a guy have these common phrases like "I'm good," "I'll figure it out," or "It is what it is," those common phrases, they're not admissions of defeat, but they are red flags. They are signs that that guy is dealing with something, right? And it's the type of like the tone that goes with it. I know I deal with it all the time. I talk to guys all the time, everywhere, and no matter the age. I just talked to a group of students that got out of school, starting off for summer, and had to talk to them. Their I'm good was different than the 80-year-old man with dementia that I just talked to, and he said I'm good. The same words, it's the same phrase with different tones with different meanings behind them, right? The youngins that was running around wilding, when I approached them, they're like, "No, I'm good. I'm good." hmm I hear you. But the OG, he's like, I'm good. I was like, okay, I acknowledge all of it, man. Sometimes these become an emotional armor. We just putting on the armor, like we're putting on a tough face. And it's not that you're not tough when you speak on these things. It's actually strong to admit stuff because you can't solve a problem you don't acknowledge. And just because you carry it well don't mean it's not heavy. Just because you carry all these things well don't mean it's not heavy. Okay? Next segment, and we almost wrapping it up here, guys. Burnout and exhaustion. When a guy says, I'm just tired, man, I felt that. And that's That's being transparent. That's what I was dealing with last month. Y'all know May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and that's where we shine. Well, I didn't go live last month until it's supposed to be the first Monday. I didn't do it until like the third Monday. And I was out of it. I had to check in with myself, go back to the last live I did for May, where I was transparent about what I was dealing with and how it looked, and why I had to do a mental health check in. Um, Signs of burnout and exhaustion, constant fatigue, right? Like sleep just not enough, constant fatigue, irritability. And this is what I'm talking about. Why we these are factors and why we can't even talk to one another. If you fatigue, you burnt out. Now you ready to crash because you don't care. You don't care. And after being shown that others don't care enough, you stop caring. It's like, what's the point? So now you're irritated. Now you're tired. You're irritated. Uh, this irritability is a big sign of burnout. You have low tolerance, low patience. You're not even listening. You're assuming what somebody's saying or somebody's intentions, and you turning up off of what you think they think. Crazy word. Another sign is loss of motivation. That's what I was dealing with. I was dealing with all of these things. I was tired. I ain't feel like doing nothing. And anything that was requested of me, I was irritated. Emotional numbness. Emotional numbness. When I see a guy dealing with something for enough time to where it gets to that, it is what it is. And he stops feeling like I can't even smile right. Like I try to intervene before that phase, man, before that stage, because whatever you're dealing with, understand it's in comparison to the grand scheme of life, it is small. It's big to you at that moment because you're dealing with it and it carries emotional weight. But in the grand scheme of life, it is small. Like some of the things, all of us have survived areas and moments of tribulation that we was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know if I can handle this one. God must think I'm really strong and giving me these battles. Like we've all been through tough times. So that's one of the things that keeps me the way I am. My mindset is like this too shall pass. It will. It will. It won't like just. It's not like just get over it. No, I'm gonna go through what I'm going through, but I know I can get through it. And a lot of times when you're the one who has to deal with whatever it is that you're dealing with, it may not seem like you can get through it. That's why I encourage my guys, like you don't gotta deal with it alone. You might still have to solve your own issues, sure, but you don't have to try to get through everything alone. Not by yourself in this, right? And another sign, my body is doing all types of stuff this morning. Another sign of burnout is feeling disconnected. Like I said, you could be surrounded by people and still feel alone, right? Sometimes we jump out the loop on purpose to get ourselves straight. And then when you come back, ain't none of this familiar. It's not familiar territory anymore. You feel disconnected. There's always people out here, like I said, it's people out here that you can trust, people that care about you. You just got to be willing enough to be vulnerable enough to make that connection. You don't know who you can talk to until you start talking. you know, and that burnout is real, man. And burnout often disguises itself as anger. Hmm. That's our primary emotion. We love some anger. Mess some stuff up out of anger. Property and relationships. We mess some stuff up out of anger. Isolation. Burnout can look like isolation. Just got to get away from everybody and everything, which is good on the forefront, but it not elongated. And and burnout can disguise itself as overworking for a guy. And I be seeing that all the time. Again, we attach our value, our self identity to our productivity. So I've done this. I can speak on it about me. Whereas like I love playing the video games, but I can't play a game until I have X amount in the bank account. Until I make like $10,000 and I can see it, then I can't play the game. Insane. Insane. I've done that, by the way, and didn't feel accomplished. I was neglecting myself. That burnout can look like overworking. We make, since we attach our identity to making money or a dollar figure or our self value, our self worth to the bank account, then everything just work, 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 just work, work, work. There's other areas of work to be done. Let me tell you, what healthy men actually do: therapy, counseling, coaching. That's a healthy mentality. That's a healthy man actively improving his mental well being. Brotherhood and accountability. When you go to talk to my guys, when you go to talk to another guy and he cannot accept what it is that you're presenting him, he can't take accountability for his own. He has that high irritability. He's, seemingly angry and volatile. Then that is a guy who is outside of his mind. And take that into consideration about yourself. Like, can you take accountability for you? Can you not take things personally when somebody approaches you? When somebody points out a flaw or a wrong that you've done, a correction, a mistake that might have been made? Can another guy hold you accountable without it being a problem? That's where we need to get to. That's what we used to have. Can't even tell them pull their pants up without it being almost a fight. Which is funny because in a fight, what you gonna do? Pull your pants up? I digress. Healthy men actually uh, have brotherhood, emphasize brotherhood and accountability. The healthy man, the mentally healthy man, exercises. You don't have to be CrossFit or nothing crazy. You don't got to be going hard and, have shoulders on top of shoulders, but some type of exercise, walking, push ups, jumping jacks, something simple, bicycling, something simple, a jog, Some type of exercise though, stretching, yoga, please, man, yoga. I love yoga. Some type of exercise is what the healthy man actually does. Rest. I've been one who wouldn't allow myself to rest. I have FOMO and tell myself it's not enough time in the day to do everything I want to do, plus everything I got to do. So I would do all of the necessity, take up all of my time, and then when it's time to go to bed, that's when I want to scroll on my phone. That's when I want to find, funny stuff to look at, play a game. That's when I want to do all of that. No, it's time for bed. You should have included that within your day instead of waiting until the last minute when you're supposed to be going to sleep. Rest is what a healthy man actually does. Get you some rest. Get you some actual rest so that you can be energetic towards whatever work that you got to do. Prayer and faith. Have faith, man. Faith is in the hopes of something good. Have faith. Healthy man prays. Healthy man has faith. Journaling. Come on now. I got little notepads everywhere. I got little pads of paper everywhere. 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 One thing I'm going to do is write it down. And when you write stuff down, it makes it visual, takes it out of mind, gets it off the chest. It is a beautiful thing. Journaling would definitely set you apart from the average person, and it's something that a healthy man does. Another thing that a healthy man does, setting boundaries. Set your boundaries, stand on business. Set healthy boundaries, stand on business. Don't let those lines get crossed. Strong men don't avoid help. We use every tool available. It's there for us. We are here for us. We're supposed to talk to one another. We're supposed to hold each other accountable. We're supposed to be able to build with one another, trust each other. It's all love. I used to say the strong man is one who can control his emotions, not the one who acts as if he doesn't have any, which is true. But also, here's the kicker. What I learned is we don't control what emotions we have. We don't control what emotions we have. We control how we react to them. Hold on, let me get myself.
Message.
Uh, thanks, TD. Says this is still the best, most positive talk on YouTube. Thanks, TD. Share the wealth, man. Let somebody know about it. So, I want to remind you guys, because this is about our time. I want to remind you guys that you do not have to carry the weight alone. Okay? You do not have to carry everything alone. My God. Asking for help is not weakness. And just trusting, allowing yourself to talk to somebody. Allowing trust. Because trust has to be built. But if nobody is putting forth any bricks, any blocks, then it's not going to be built, man. Put a brick up. Asking for help is not weakness. Brotherhood matters. If a guy is correcting you, it's more than likely he sees something, he sees a problem that can be, that can exist. If this continues, he sees something, right? That is not to be a threat. That is not to be taken as a challenge. That is something to be appreciated. Just appreciate that the guy took time out of his day to actually focus and pay attention to you enough to say, hey, you probably don't want to do that. Hey, that road that you going down got a lot of potholes. You might want to go over here. You know, that was metaphorical. Please grasp that concept. Brotherhood matters. Let's have accountability of ourselves and be able to take accountability that another guy approaches us about. And yes, mental health matters. I gotta go. I gotta reach out to this guy. I bought a shirt from him and I didn't talk to him. Let's see if we can get him on a live this month. I know he's a very rare. He's a black therapist, and his appearance isn't what you would think as far as a therapist, which means we're more able to connect to that as black men. Um, so I'm gonna have to reach out to him. I got a shirt from him, and this was years ago. So I'm gonna see if he's still out and about, see if he's still doing all of this, and we'll get him as a guest on AIM. But the strongest thing you can do as a man isn't carrying everything alone. It's knowing when to let someone walk beside you. It's knowing when to take some of this weight off. It's knowing when and allowing for assistance. We ask God to get us out of situations all the time, not realizing that God works through us. He works through us, people. So oftentimes He sends us the assistance that we're looking for, but we don't accept it. Huh? And I'll leave it at that, man. This is AIM Always Improving the Man with Men's Mental Health Month. I challenge all of my guys to do something healthy for you, bro. Let's do a check in. Let's do a check in. Even if it's just a conversation. I'm here. Reach out to me. Much love. I see all you guys. Salute. Peace. See you, Utley.